The message arrived on Earth through unconventional means, not through radio waves or digital signals, but encoded in gravitational pulses that made the planet's crust vibrate ever so slightly. It took humanity's best scientists 3 days to realize it wasn't a natural phenomenon and another week to decode it. Help us. The Void Bringers come. Our worlds burn. You are our last hope. The message originated from a species calling themselves the Lumari, from a star system 70 light-years away. The transmission included navigational data and technology schematics that would enable humans to travel faster than light. Admiral Jack Thompson stared at the holographic projection showing the Lumari ambassador, a willowy creature with translucent skin that seemed to shimmer with inner light. "Why us?" he asked. "There must be closer civilizations. You are unique," the ambassador replied, its voice synthesized through the translator. "You evolved on a death world. Your biology, your psychology, your very existence defies what we thought possible. The Void Bringers destroy all in their path, but they have never encountered beings like you." Earth's unified government debated for precisely 3 hours before reaching a unanimous decision. If there were predators among the stars threatening innocent species, humanity would stand against them. Not merely out of altruism, but because if these Void Bringers were consuming worlds, Earth would eventually be on the menu. Project Deathworlder began immediately. The Lumari schematics provided the framework, but human engineers improved upon them, creating ships that were faster, more resilient, and significantly more heavily armed than anything the peaceful Lumari had conceived. Within 6 months, Earth's first interstellar fleet was ready, 50 warships led by the flagship Terran Vanguard. They carried Earth's finest soldiers, pilots, and tactical specialists, all volunteers who understood they might never return home. They called themselves the Deathworlder Armada. Lieutenant Anna Davis checked her combat suit one final time as the fleet prepared to jump. The suit, like everything else humans had built using the Lumari tech, had been modified extensively. Where Lumari designs focused on protection and sustainability, humans had added offensive capabilities, enhanced strength modules, and integrated weapon systems. "Ready for this?" asked Tom Miller, her squad leader, his broad shoulders barely fitting in the modified alien tech. "Born ready," Anna replied with the grim smile that had become the unofficial expression of the Deathworlder Armada. "Let's go. Save some aliens." The jump took 3 days from the crew's perspective. When they emerged, they found devastation beyond imagining. The Lumari homeworld was surrounded by the broken husks of defensive platforms and rescue ships. The Void Bringers, vessels resembled obsidian needles that absorbed rather than reflected light. "They feed on energy," explained the Lumari commander who greeted them. "Heat, electricity, even life force itself. They leave worlds cold and dead." "Well," Admiral Thompson said, studying the tactical display, "humans are quite good at creating energy, just not always in ways others find pleasant." The human fleet moved into position, broadcasting on all frequencies. "This is Admiral Jack Thompson of Earth's Deathworlder Armada. You are attacking peaceful beings under our protection. Withdraw immediately or face the consequences." The response came in the form of 3 needle ships accelerating toward the human fleet. "So be it," Thompson said quietly. "All ships initiate Operation Hellfire." The human ships didn't attempt to evade. Instead, they charged forward, their modified engines pushing them to speeds the Lumari had thought impossible. The first volleys of human weapons, kinetic impactors, plasma lances, and gravity disruption fields, tore through the lead Void Bringer ship before its energy-draining field could fully engage. The battle was brutal and swift. The Void Bringers had never encountered an enemy that fought with such ferocity, such disregard for conventional tactics. Where the Lumari and other species had tried to defend and withdraw, humans attacked relentlessly. Ground forces deployed to the Lumari colony, where the Void Bringers had established a foothold. Anna and her squad moved through the alien city, their combat suits allowing them to withstand environmental conditions that would have killed unprotected humans. "They're retreating," Tom shouted over the comm as the last Voidbringer transport lifted off, pursued by human interceptors. 3 days later, the surviving Voidbringer ships jumped away from the system, leaving behind destruction, but also something new. Fear. For the first time in their conquest, they had encountered beings they could not simply consume and discard. Word spread quickly through the galactic community. The humans, Deathworlders, who had evolved on a planet that should have killed them 1,000 times over, had faced the unstoppable Voidbringers and sent them running. Ambassador delegations from 12 different species arrived at Earth within the month. They brought gifts, technology, resources, and most importantly, alliances. The universe was filled with peaceful beings who had never needed to develop the capacity for warfare that Earth had cultivated throughout its bloody history. We never imagined we would be grateful for a species with your capabilities, the Lumari High Council representative told the Earth government. But the universe is safer with humans in it. Admiral Thompson stood on the observation deck of the Terran Vanguard, watching as construction began on the intergalactic defense platform. The Deathworlder Armada had tripled in size, with ships now permanently stationed near vulnerable allied worlds. Strange to think, he said to no one in particular, that everything that made us feared by other species is precisely what makes us valuable now. Humanity, once alone, and wondering if they would ever find others among the stars, had found their place in the cosmos. Not as conquerors, not as the conquered, but as protectors. The Deathworlders who stood between the light of civilization and the void that sought to consume it.